Last time that happened, the game crashed. So, yeah. But yeah, the warrior I got at the moment is my good mate Duck Tooley, who does YouTube. Exclamation mark Ducky into chat, and that'll give you a link to his fantastic. Oh, there we go. Quack, yeah, Quack. Sorry, Quack. Thanks, Corsi. He does YouTube. He used to do Twitch. I don't know. He's always having the plans of doing Twitch, but he never does. In fact, if he says he's going to do Twitch this week, he won't. So that's how often he does Twitch. He's always going to do it. He's busy. That's all, and he's spending most of his time on YouTube, because outside of that he's a busy lad, and probably doesn't have the time or the energy to do Twitch these days, but I'm sure he'll get on there at some stage. But he does farming sim videos, 3 different maps, and really good. But yeah, his PC died. I don't know what's wrong with it, but he was talking about sending his motherboard and his RAM and his CPU back, which is a bit of a concern because we have the same motherboard bought around the same time. The only difference is he has an i9, I have an i7. Both have the 11th generation, but he's 11th generation i9, I have an i7. Also contemplated that maybe my RAM, I might need to update my RAM, work better on this motherboard, even though it's fine, but maybe that's it. Technically my RAM should be able to do XMP2, but I had to turn that off. Really? It's a relatively new PC. See, I don't play Warzone. I'm not a big fan of Warzone. I see it when they do the big battle royales, but I'm not really, because it just reminds me of like PUBG and Fortnite, and I'm not big into that. I just prefer the old get shot, respawn, get back into it. Not get shot, go to the gulag and hope that you win a fight to be able to respawn, otherwise sit around and do nothing until your teammates are finished or the game's over with. I don't like that. But yeah, it's interesting. It's obviously some setup he's got that doesn't like.
Go straight.
Something he's done in the settings. Well, yeah, it doesn't mean it's just the game. It might be a setting that, or a part in the PC settings, BIOS settings that the game needs, and it's only that game that needs it, and he hasn't got it set. Because I've got no problems with it. I don't know anyone's got any problems with Warzone. I mean, it's hugely popular and played by lots and lots of people. So, if there was an issue with the game, they would fix that. Because it's so popular. Immensely popular. Annoyingly, I can't. When I bought Call of Duty Modern Warfare when it was on special about a couple of months ago, it downloaded it for me. I had no choice. That's the annoying thing. See, with Black Ops, I had the choice to download it or not, and you also can download it for free without anything, without owning any Call of Duty games. You've got the option because it's free to play. Warzone, Vanguard, same thing. You have the option to whether install it or not. Modern Warfare, on the other hand, no option. Here you go, you bought the game, and we will now download 180 gigs worth of stuff, and most of that will be Warzone. A game you don't want to play, but we're going to put it on your PC anyway.
Go straight.
But I mean, I would probably get back into it. The best thing is I can like use my guns from Black Ops now, or Vanguard actually. And the Kar98, well, they've just nerfed it a bit, changed it. It used to be a bit of a beast of a sniper rifle. And it's one of the rare, well, it's the only one as far as I know that has aim assist standard. So you even get aim assist with PC on mouse with it. And I forgot about that. We played Vanguard the other night, and just the quick scoping, it's just fantastic. Because I've got a nasty habit of sort of aiming just to the right of someone, and I don't know why that is, but I do. And with the Kar98 on Vanguard, no, I do that. It just like just takes a shot, and it's because it just instantly snaps onto the person's head. So it comes down to who's quicker more than who's accurate. Yeah, you can't figure it out. It's probably something to do with graphical settings. I can't remember what graphics card he's got, whether or not AMD or something like that. There might be a setting that he just needs to change in that. Someone's probably had the problem before, and there's bound to be a solution on Reddit or something. Because people like that really want to play the game, so they'll do everything to figure it out. It's just better off buying Cold War so I can destroy him.
Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
Oh, what is the time? I gotta look at I just realised. 7, we've got an hour before we need to sleep. Actually, how far we got? Fellow trucker will let me in, surely. Oh, 120 grand. What do we need? 400,000. And we've got 120 on board as well, so there's 240. And plus we've got another sleep to go, so that'll be a bit more. We've got 7 hours to go. It's currently an hour to go before we need to sleep. And it's still 55 miles. We're in California, aren't we? 55 all day, every day. Fresno and Stockton.
Go straight.
It looks like it's about to rain again, doesn't it? We're going to be driving in crash cam in the rain the next day. I'm just absolutely surprised at how often it rains. It's pretty much at the same setting as I got it on ATS. Yet I thought being in California, rain is so rare they don't even know how to pronounce rain, let alone what it looks like. I'm joking, by the way. I know it rains there, but I just know it doesn't rain that often. Not a huge amount. Obviously, it depends where you are, but I'm thinking more like Los Angeles and that. What people? Well, I know. I'm just going off once again TV. Right. What do? Do I get off here and sleep there? I think we will, eh? I don't know why I'm looking at you. I should be looking at the mirror. Why did that? So I hadn't seen her pretty face in a while, and I just needed cheering up. See her lovely, gently, loving smile that she gives out to everyone but me. There's another grand. So we have a sleep. I'm going to go and make my coffee because it's that time. Ooh, it's a hotel.
Rerouting.
A hotel that I can hopefully drive around and exit out of. Look at a rather long... Is it a double or is it just one really long trailer? And there we go. Let's peruse the exterior to find that out. Oh no, it's just... I should be able to get around there, eh? Look at that lovely rig of love. Even in the darkness, it shines bright. Right, let's sleep, eh? This has a snooze and see if we get any cash coming. Yep, the regular. Well, we did, what, about 10 grand? Woohoo! Minus a grand. Anyway, I'll let you watch all the people get their breakfast at McDonald's. No, that'll be a good view. There we go. That'll do. You can watch the traffic go by while I quickly go off and make myself a coffee. And then I'll be back, so I'll see you shortly. Alright, let me just get myself organised here. Oh, did I move my microphone? I must have moved my microphone. Right. Yeah, that's good. See if we can't get around this way. I should rephrase that. Let's see if we can get around this way. Oh, that's awfully close. That's going to be too close. Too close. Be still, my beating heart. Hang on a second. I came... Why? Tell me GPS is on some drugs. It is, isn't it? Surely I can just turn right here and get back on the motorway. The motorway is where I was going. Motorway, freeway, whatever it is. So why wouldn't it tell me not to get back? In fact, go the complete opposite direction. I'm at a loss here. Hang on. Okay, so I need to turn left, and you want me to go that way. Why can't I just get on here? It looks like I can get on here. It's got an on-ramp there. The road is connected to the on-ramp from here. Don't tell me Elon Musk has bought my GPS. Putting his new rules on it.
Recomputed.
What you're doing is you sat in a corner and thought about your mistake, didn't you?
Ready to turn left.
GPS. See where you went wrong and decided to fix it. We've been here before. In fact, I think we've delivered. Oh no, we've been that way. Well, I don't know. That looks very familiar. Very, very familiar. But I thought we might have slept there, but there's nothing over there to... And that's how you get back onto the freeway, ladies and gentlemen, when it's busy. You push your way in. It's a new attitude I've adopted since I'm moving to New York.
Go straight.
I've never been there, but imagine the size of New York. You would, in that traffic, probably have to be pretty pushy if you wanted to get anywhere. Otherwise, you probably spend decades at an intersection. I couldn't imagine what the traffic is like in New York. Couldn't imagine. But apparently Los Angeles is really bad, isn't it? Something like the worst in the country or something like that. I can tell you Auckland's pretty bad. Well, the reason Auckland's pretty bad is because they didn't have any foresight. So it's bad because they don't have enough lanes because they didn't think ahead. Mind you, you couldn't foresee the fact that eventually one day we would have Japanese imports coming in and they'll be very, very cheap, and then every man and his dog in a family would own a car and would use their car to go anywhere instead of like travelling together in the same car like the old days when families only could afford one car. Let me put it this way, if I'm going to New York, I'm not driving, no way. Yeah, the one car, you just, you know, the family would all be dropped off in the morning, right, get in, go drop you off at school, drop the wife off at her work, and then I'll go to my work, and at the end of it I'll go pick the wife up from work, go pick the kid up from school, or daycare, whatever, after school care, whatever it was. Actually, back then we walked home, like, didn't matter where you lived, you just walked home. Until you became a teenager, then you could catch the bus and stuff. You didn't really need to catch a bus because schools were pretty close anyway. In fact, all my primary school was pretty much well, I'll say as a child it was a 10-minute walk, but as an adult it's only about a 2-minute walk. And then the intermediate, where I had moved, actually I moved miles away. I moved out of the city. We'd moved into the country then, but I still went to the same school, so just fine. Because my parents owned their own business, so my mum, she would drop me off at school on the way to work and then pick me up. But then I ended up working in my parents' business, which was in away, I'm thinking how many suburbs away. My school was in a suburb called Murray's Bay. And then you had Moringi Bay, then Campbell's Bay, then Castor Bay, then something in between, I can't remember, and then you had Milford, and then you had Takapuna. And Takapuna was where my parents' business was. So, and then back then I had a 10-speed bicycle. So we lived in Browns Bay, and I had to ride from Browns Bay through Rosse Bay to get to Murray's Bay, so 2 suburbs to get to the school, which was fine. It was just a 20-minute bike ride, really. And then after school I had to ride from my school in Murray's Bay all the way to Takapuna, which was a 40-minute bike ride. We had a pet rat at the school, and in the weekends, kids were allowed to take the rat home the weekend. So one weekend I decided I'd like to take the rat home, and I put the rat into my school bag and rode to my parents' shop, which happened to be a fish and chip shop, so selling food, and I'm turning up with the rat, and I didn't know any better. I was a kid. My dad was not impressed. He actually sent me back to the school. I had to ride back to the school. But, and on the way back, the rat had actually chewed through my bag, and as I was riding, it was hanging on with its front paws out of the bag. It's lucky I saw it, stopped, grabbed it, and then my mum turned up. Put the bike in the back of the car, and she drove me back to the school. I didn't see anything wrong with it. I didn't understand it, but I didn't really, you know. It was just a rat. I didn't see it as a rodent. The money's trickling in. It's trickling in comparison to ETS, isn't it? Well, not 2 of them with $9,000. But still, it just seems to be trickling in. I haven't seen any big, like $30,000, $40,000 ones.
Go straight.
Mind you, with the cost of everything in ETS, probably a $20,000 to $25,000 one is pretty much close to 30, 40 in ETS, isn't it? But however, the budget's the same, 400,000. Which might take us a little longer to get there, but we know when we get there we'll probably end up only spending 300,000, and then we'll be even a lot closer to a worker's truck. Purchasing one of them. But we've got 3 hours and 43 minutes. So we should be able to get another delivery in today, eh? From New York. The Big Apple. Oh, we've got a turn coming up here. I need to sneak into the other lane by the looks of it. There's a toy motor. What is that? Oh, aren't we supposed to be in crash cam? We are, aren't we?
Stay left.
Oh, whoops, sorry.
Turn left.
That's Spanish for I did a boo-boo.
Turn left.
Because you're in the way. I speak fluent Spanish. Not actual Spanish, just my made-up version of Spanish. But I speak it fluently. Oh, how I missed that car, I don't know. I actually took a wide berth at that corner.
Get ready to turn right.
And clearly wide enough because I didn't hit that car, but I don't know how I didn't hit that car.
Turn right.
Dude, that's a mystery that's going to require a big whiteboard and a scientific calculator to figure out the physics on how that happened. Yeah, I was sort of thinking that, but it's out of the way. That's what we're going to look for too when we're at our destination for a start as a recruitment agency. And in New York, there's bound to be one. There has to be one in New York. Why'd you say... let me in. Did I? No, I didn't. I have now. Change the range is what I'm talking about. Fruit Ridge Road. Sounds tasty. I see those 65 mile an hour signs and I get my foot ready to put it down, and then I remember it's for the cars. There's truck discrimination all around the world. Look at this intersection. I've really never seen anything like this, ever. Not in real life, not in pictures, let alone a game. No, because I wouldn't be able to use the map mods. And therefore I wouldn't be having certain garages and employees making money. Just miles and nothing. Look at it. Does it mean the texture's not... Don't seem to either loading incorrectly. Unless it was done like that on purpose and I've never noticed, but... I mean, what's that white thing over there? It's like snow, but is it a wall or something? An aqueduct of some sort, something. See, look there. This is part of the vanilla map, so it would seem there'd be nothing like that. It would be pretty perfectly done. Even those hills look weird to me. You can always tell when I look away from the screen going there. Because I end up in a lane I wasn't in the first place. I was about to say we must have more money coming because the bank balance went up and there we go. Hello. Hello, income. Though, look at the 164. Oh, this is 120. I thought it was 200. It's 120. We're going to make it 280. Hang on, what was that? 4%? Oh, that'll be the wheels. Oh, okay, well that might make sense. Because it seems a bit of a change here. I thought Sierra Nevada was a separate mod, which I don't have. You got the Reform of Mexico one, and then you got the Sierra. I thought that was a separate mod you had to download. Or if they now incorporated it into Reformer. Okay, because I know there's still a separate one you can get, because you also got to download a separate assets pack or something with it as well. I'd have to have a look. I should see if there's an update for it. I had a look today, see if there was an update for Canada Dreamer Coast to Coast, and there wasn't. But I didn't check out Reformer for some reason. Actually, I think I was doing it at the same time I went to go plug in my wheel and then realised what had happened to the USB. We're getting close. Now we're going to Reading. Well, that was a long drive, but it didn't feel long to me at all. Sometimes I feel a bit drawn out and sort of get over them, but this one was actually quite pleasant. Rather uneventful, but very pleasant. In a good way uneventful. Like, so far no crashes happened. Especially when there was the sign of doom.